Hey guys, what's happening? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope you're keeping warm because it's another one of those days where we have at least about 5 feet of snow and you need maybe about 5 layers of pants so that you can survive outside. You know what I mean? At that point, you're just kind of like, well, there's only one thing left to do, which is dress like it's springtime. So if you're wondering about my outfit, that's where that's coming from. I'm psychologically preparing for springtime. So in today's video, we are ready finally to set up our bullet journal for the month of February as we are ending off the month of January. And as we're finishing things up, I wanted to take a moment to do a couple of things. We will be setting up our bullet journals for the month of February, and the theme that I've sort of chosen is this very soft pastel, like really pink/purple, really soft and elegant colors. We're going to be using some washi tapes for the first time. We're also going to be using some stamps. All of that sounds good to you? Just stay tuned and let's get started with the video. So the theme for this month is really, I wanted to really focus on, rather than just really highlight the Valentine's Day theme, which is, by the way, like, it's a made-up holiday, so just let's get over that for just 1 second. But I wanted to utilize the love and, you know, just that really soft colors. So I'm going to be using soft colors and pastel colors to sort of reflect and represent forms of love. But I wanted to really focus on self-love, which is a little bit different because I know that most of you will focus on like self-love, self-care, that sort of thing in the month of January. For me, it's the month of February because it happens to be the month of my birthday. So why not really embrace it and celebrate it? And I wanted to kind of set everything up in a way that when I look at it, it just makes me feel really happy. It makes me feel really vibrant and inspired. So those are the things that we're going to be using today. I'm kind of stepping outside a little bit of my comfort zone when it comes to just creating a new setup. I wanted to just really kickstart the year and just do something totally different. I don't want to just, doodle a couple of little things and then kind of call it a day. I wanted to really use the colors, utilize some washi tapes. One thing that I'm quite excited to use actually is I wanted to add elements in there where it adds a different level of texture, if you know what I mean. So I have like some craft paper. I will bring you over to my desk in a moment so that you can kind of take a look, but actually I have a sample here. So I have these little craft papers, and one side of it is kind of rough and then the other side of it is kind of soft. So I was kind of thinking to just add some doodles on there. And the thing is that on here, metallic pens, if you have them, white pens, and I think brush pens as well. Like you can kind of utilize these for like so many different things. So I'm going to see what we can do with that. But I wanted to just kind of add like little elements in there where it's just something different. So the theme, like the color theme, is definitely soft pastel colors, mainly pink and gray. But then I'm also going to be adding like hints of metallic. Definitely the rose gold theme is definitely happening, and rose gold and black, and kind of a little bit of gray. So we'll see what we can come up with. But it's a new year, you guys. It's time for a change. You know what I mean? Yes, I know what you mean. Okay, so without further ado, without keeping you here much longer, let's just hop on over to my desk and then let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be working on is our cover page. So I've chosen this really simple and elegant look here. So I just kind of drew a circle and we're just going to be hand lettering the word February. And I have the smaller version of a calendar just right underneath it. And I have like these little hearts that are sort of hanging down. Later on, you will see how I'm actually decorating that. And some of the colors that I'm going to be using is a soft pastel pink, a purple, a light gray, and I also went over some of the hearts that I'm going to be drawing with it's a metallic bronze color it's a Pentel pen that I had, that it's just a metallic bronze. I kind of switched between a couple of different pens because honestly, some of them were not really giving me the color payoff that I was looking for. So here I just switched over to the Tombow brush pen, and it seems to be doing the job well. So here's something I generally don't do. I added little specks of glue, and I basically just poured a little bit of the heart-shaped glitter because I wanted it to just stick to certain spots. And it turned out not too bad, if you ask me. For some reason, the camera was just not angled properly, but I will show you like a full screenshot of how like the full spread looks before we move on to the future log here. So with the future log, I didn't really switch anything up. I kind of wanted to keep it the same as before. So I just have the numbers on the side going from 1 to 28. I kept this page really just clean and simple here. Okay, so time for like the most intricate weekly I have personally ever done. So I'm using little inserts of cardboard here, kind of like it's sort of cardboard. And one little spread that I used, that I wrote a quote on it, and I'm using white pen. You're seeing me write this small little piece here that says "Don't forget to," and originally the intention behind it was to write down what I wanted to actually make a note to remember, but then it ended up being just my small little intentions, like take time for you, to be present, be kind, share your gifts, offer a helping hand. So literally it has become like this small little active reminder of how to be grateful, and this is sort of like my mantra. I have my meal plan right next to it, and I'm using the small thin little washi. And right above that page, I have a quote that I found from Tony Robbins that says, "If you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But if you schedule it, it's real." And isn't that the truth, you guys? On the left side of the page, I have my daily setup. I left a smaller space for it because I created a brand new section called weekly events. So I'm adding in all of my weekly events that are constantly reoccurring. So if I know that I'm going to be releasing like this video on a certain time, then I'm just adding that in. Game night, anything that happens on a consistent basis, I just want to add that in. And then for goals, right below that, I actually broke it down into different categories, which is what I always wanted to do, but I never really took the time to do that. You will also see how I use the stamp called the weekend, and I initially was going to leave it the way that it is, but like the ink didn't really transfer as well as I wanted to. So then all I did was I went back in with like a metallic pen and I drew over it, and honestly, it looks awesome. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. You will see this little craft paper that has a stamp called Love on it. I did end up getting rid of it a little bit later on in the evening, so just so you know. And here's the finished page, and as you can tell, it's a little bit cleaner on both sides with the little metallic inserts. I did not realize just how much I enjoyed the page that I created last month that said reflections, because I actually went back in and it really forced my mind to actually reflect. Go figure. So I kept it very simple. I wrote what rocked, what sucked, and what I learned. And also I went back in later and I added a separate section that says intentions for the next month. And I just kind of drew like small little circles and lots of little hearts around it because Why not? Still using the same color scheme, the purple, the well, it's kind of like a light gray and pink and like soft pink and like the peachy pink. So same color scheme. So for this month, I decided to add 2 more pages, 2 more spreads that I thought that were just so fitting, especially that I wanted to follow the self-love, self-acceptance sort of theme. So the first thing that I wanted to do is just like a healthy reminder of mental health and why that's so important. If you already know me, you already know that I place a high importance on that. So I just kind of wrote down some quick reminders of what to really do when you're feeling down. So just focus on the big picture, work out, call a friend and get some support, stress clean. Oh gosh, can I attest to that? Dance, shake off your body and dance, listen to a good podcast or an audiobook, crafting and art, which is something that I always like to do anyway. Ride a bike, take a nap. Oh, taking a nap. How often do we actually take a nap, ladies? Meditate for at least 20 minutes. So, quick reminder, I think it's super important. And for the last spread, I challenged myself to write down 1 act of self-love for the month of February. So there will be 28 different acts of spread. And just some of the things that I add in there, like go to a yoga class or visit a goat farm and pet some baby goats, make a perfume blend with essential oils, but really use your imagination, ladies, whatever you want. Thank you so much for taking the time to sticking around and joining me in today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, you already know what to do. You can give me a thumbs up. You can also hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a video. If you hit the notification bell, it will always notify you every time I release a brand new video. So make sure that you check that out. Now, here's the thing. If you're brand new here, you might not kind of know what we're all about here, so here's a little lowdown. I usually release a video 3 times a week, so usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, and once on the weekend. And because I have 3 videos coming out each week, we kind of go into a few different topics. Sometimes we go into bullet journaling, such as this video. Other times we create rituals on spirituality and following the moon. And other times we just talk about how we can manage our overwhelm, our anxiety, and just live a more holistically driven conscious life. So because we go into a few different topics, you might not actually know what's coming up next. So to help you out, I usually release a recap email every single Sunday to my email community where I kind of break down some of the best takeaways from each of my videos, but then also you receive the schedule for the following week. So if you wanted to sign up for that, totally free, it's completely complimentary, make your life a little bit easier and be conscious of your time. Link is down in the description. And in the meanwhile, keep journaling, you guys, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye.